All right, welcome in. It is day 312. Having a little bitch fest here. Dom, how we feeling?
Man, personally, I'm alive.
Yeah.
Physically, though, I'm all right. I'm alive, so that's good. I don't know when the
It's
last time we recorded was at this point, but
been a couple weeks here because
yeah,
you did have a move,
I did
and
have a move. As you guys can
it's
see,
a
this is a brand new
sensitive
space.
subject.
Yeah, we'll see if this space will be permanent or not for going forward. But in the meantime, this is where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
But
I was going to say,
additionally,
please like, rate, subscribe, review, anything to get some traction here so we don't keep having to deal with property management.
bullshit. Yeah.
I want to graduate to an HOA. Just kidding. I don't even want to fucking deal with them.
No, you
But
definitely don't want an HOA. I'll take property managers over
God.
an HOA. I just want to buy a house.
Yes, that's kind of where I was getting with that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But anyways, I don't remember if we've recorded since the end of the NBA championship. If we
did.
haven't.
Yeah, we talked
did?
about the Knicks last time. Yeah.
All right, cool. Still.
So we're up
Knicks.
to date there. USA lost in embarrassing fashion.
What's new?
I don't have any problem, even with, I guess, some of the reporting that came out. Christian Pulisic, you laid an egg. It was soft the whole time. You're supposed to be the best one. And you didn't show. But whatever. That's a whole other thing. I am fully locked into Norway at this point. Fun fact.
Yeah, give me Haaland.
Yeah, I am in on that. I want the big Viking child to have some joy in his life.
He's like 24.
Yeah, he's like 24, 25, something like that. But he's
It's
like,
just unbelievable.
He's a child. It's great. He's a grown child. He just loves the game. He's just having fun out there. Also, did you see the side-by-side video somebody put on Twitter of Ovechkin and Haaland scoring?
Ovechkin and who's scoring?
Haaland.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, it was great. It was like, it's the same thing. And it was just, it's a Capitals power play, and Ovi's standing in his office there, and he's literally just standing with his stick.
I saw the Haaland goal where he's just like vibing in the back.
He's just like walking,
and then he goes in,
and then he just like, and it was, they had the side by side of that with Ovi just standing there for a full 30 seconds until he gets a pass and then just fires one home. Just so like, he's just existing until the puck comes his way.
Yeah, it's just like the knowledge of watching the play and knowing how it's like gonna develop. So it takes a good expertise of a person to be able to monitor and know what the end result is gonna be before it comes. So but he's young, he's the future of football in the world. So good for them.
I'm here for him.
They play Saturday morning, I believe. So.
That does sound right. I forget who they get, honestly, already. But I don't know. It's been a fun tournament. I do like the World Cup. Don't watch a lot of soccer, but every 4 years, I'll lock in for a month.
Well, I'll lock in for a month. That's fair. Yeah. Tomorrow's Spain, Belgium. They play England at 5 o'clock on Saturday.
Oh, that's right. It's England. So that'll be
fun. That'll be very fun.
Yes. Very fun. But more important things here. We got a few fun things going on here.
Let's get back to American football, Grandma.
American football with our hands. We have the Brendan Sorsby situation.
Took a
turn. Roughly 4 hours before our last episode got uploaded. Fun fact.
Yeah. So the next day.
So literally the next day. Yeah. And I feel like we couldn't have been more wrong. I think we both kind of missed on that. I mean, you were a little bit more right with the punishment thing. But yeah, that was, and you and I talked about it right when it happened there, or when we found out about it, like, they kind of felt like it made the most sense. So to recap, NFL decided they were not going to hold a supplemental draft this year, meaning Sorsby would have to wait until next year's entry draft.
Yeah. Let's just be so for real. Regardless of anything that was going to transpire, Sorsby was not playing this upcoming year one way or another. whether that a team took a chance on him and he would sit the entire year because there would also be heavy penalties against him, whether that be fines and or being subject to not playing or what have you.
Hmm.
But no matter what he was going to play, um, he could have went back to the NCAA, but he was again. It's the same thing. He was going to be subject to not playing, in addition to potential fines. And Texas Tech has already dropped him at that point, so finding a new team to play for in a short period of time would have already been difficult. CFL wasn't going to let him in either. So truly, I think this is actually the best route for him.
Hmm.
Sit a year essentially, just hone in on your game, get to be healthy, stay healthy, do the
Yeah, you've
work.
already made some money, so put that to
Yeah.
good
So,
use.
so now just kind of sit, wait, prepare for the combine. He's going to get a combine invite. And at that point, he'll probably put himself in the top 6 in this quarterback class, depending on how the next couple months go. Because like that's
Hmm.
where he benefits. He can't have a bad 26, 27. He can't have a good or great 26, 27. He can have a great off season, though. He
Yeah,
still has that opportunity. But like if he would have played and gotten hurt, well, man, his stock would have been so far down. So him
yeah,
having the opportunity to just practice, hone in on the craft, and stay healthy is the best thing for him to be a potential early day 2 pick. He's not going to be a round 1 guy. He's
yeah.
just not in this class
It's too much
because
that, and like I still think that even at this point, there's still too much risk,
I don't.
too much
I mean,
known risk. I feel
yeah,
like,
yeah. I mean, he's not getting suspended going into the season. It's just this is that what's going to happen. This is suspension theoretically.
yeah.
But so you don't have to worry about something like that. So the only risk in taking him is he going to continue to gamble? Is that going to be a thing? I don't think he is. I think this whole thing has taught him well enough that he doesn't need to be doing that. I mean, and honestly, if he wants to gamble, get it out of your system between now and March. Nobody
I
cares
think that honestly probably makes it worse for him.
for sure. But
But
I'm just
you
saying,
know,
if after going to
yeah,
rehab
I'm.
for it,
I
which is
wonder
crazy.
too, like depending on how the whole FBI investigation goes with the whole NBA stuff and the couple baseball players and everything like that, that like if it picks up some more steam or if there's something else that happens between
Well,
now and next in the 2027 draft, if or not even 2027 draft, the combine and everything, if he just the NFL continues to distance themselves from him.
I don't think so because I think there's already been enough research into all of this. It's the case has been building for the last year essentially when Indiana tipped off the NCAA following him leaving Indiana, going to Cincinnati, and then him leaving Cincinnati, going to Texas Tech. So they've already been gathering the information, and he never threw any games or anything like that. That
Right.
wasn't what he was doing because in basketball it was way different in
Yes.
how they bet and what they were doing. That's a whole different
Hmm.
conversation than what Sorsby was doing. He
And
was
what they
doing
were all wrapped
yeah,
up in, aside from just the gambling side of it.
correct. Yeah, I'm not saying what Sorsby did was good, but
Hmm.
again, when he was making those bets, he was 18, 19, 20 years old.
Right. Yeah. No.
He was
And like
dumb,
I do.
and it was
I
never
get that
on.
entirely. I
Yeah, it
just
was never him
obviously I
deciding the
give out
game.
picks on this show, and I talk about gambling a lot, and I enjoy that, and that's part of it is like I don't want it to get ruined for us, basically. Like I don't want to have it taken from me because people are being careless and reckless and millionaires trying to get an extra 30K.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, and I don't think that's going to happen at this moment.
yeah.
It's not. it doesn't have anything to do with the players. Like the players are going to keep doing what they're doing. They're going to be stupid or whatever.
Mhm.
And it's never going to be like, well, Shohei is a different story altogether. But
That is a very different thing. But, again, like the
after
Malik
that,
Beasleys,
it's
the Chauncey Billups, like those things,
yeah,
don't like it. It helps build a case for it.
sure.
And
So
I
it's
don't
going to be
appreciate
something to
that.
monitor over the next decade.
Yeah.
But in this moment, I don't think it's too cause for concern. But like I said, with Sorsby himself, I think he's going to go down a positive path for the future
Mhm.
and be able to grow. I think best case scenario for him at this moment is a second round pick to a team that is looking to develop him properly.
Yeah.
And there's going to be plenty of them next year. There's a lot of teams that need
Somewhere where he can
quarterback.
hide for a year.
I don't
Because
even say
if he does
hide
get
because,
drafted, well, I do think that that's probably for the better too. Because even a year removed from this, if he's going to get drafted, it's gonna be talked about nonstop.
yeah, no matter what, he's going to be some slight distraction towards the team.
Yeah.
So it's going to be the need to be a team that can handle said distraction.
Mhm.
But
And like I said, like
if,
even if it's develop him and he sits for a year to hopefully make a lot of that go,
yeah, yeah,
would be
I
better for him
give
because that's just going to be such a media storm.
for sure, for sure. I mean, everything is going to be rough for him to start, regardless of where he ends up, what the thought process is going into it. He's going to be the main focal point. It's like Shador last year.
Yeah.
It
Yes.
didn't matter where he was going, he was going to be the talk. And even
Hmm.
through camp, he was second quarterback taken by his team. It's when Shador going to start? When Shador going to start? Or
Hmm.
you got to let Dylan
Oh,
Gabriel
where's
start
Shador
first.
on the depth
Depth
chart?
chart.
How is
Yeah.
he fourth? How is going on? Yeah.
So it's not the same conversation. I think Sorsby's a much better prospect than Shador was.
Mm.
But Sorsby has other issues that he has to overcome and
Mm.
show and grow through in the next
Yeah. It's
8
not a
months.
loud former NFL dad.
Yeah.
It's a lot more.
Yeah. Like we're no longer going to hear about Sorsby until mid
Until we get to draft
February.
time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I would say
Or combine.
combined
Yeah.
next
Sorry.
year, next
Keep saying
February.
draft
So
time.
mid
I'm
February.
lumping all of that whole process into
That's fair.
one thing
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So from February to May, because draft is April 30th next year. So well that's the bulk of the next Brandon Sorsby stuff. And maybe the media attention will be good for his draft stock, but it could also not be. It
Right.
depends on your presence.
Yeah.
So we're gonna wait and see. But I hope he's going down the path that he needs to be going down to
Yeah.
put himself in a position. Because I like him as a player, I like him as a prospect a lot. Um, it's just unfortunate everything that's kind of transpired for him and how he and his team have kind of handled it.
Yeah. That's what bothers me the most about it is his whatever influence he
He
had.
got a lot of a
So
lot of bad
bad.
advice along the way,
So
and
bad.
I think at the end he kind of ignored it because they were pushing him to pursue legal routes against the NFL, against the
Mm.
NCAA. And I think he finally was just like, this isn't right. I don't want to do all
It's not
this. I just want
working.
to
It's making
I
it
just want to play
worse.
football.
Yeah.
And if I have to wait another year to play football, so be it.
Hmm.
But let me get on the path that's going to allow that. And that's what he's calling down at this point, 2 weeks removed from the situation. So I respect that out of him and
Hmm.
hope nothing but the best.
Yeah. Yeah. I do hope it works out for him. I
Hmm.
just, does feel like a death sentence in the league. Anything pertaining to gambling, for the most part, I should say.
I mean,
It's a rough one.
for the NFL, there's only ever been like really one big
Right.
scandal, and it was
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley, and it was
Yeah.
one bet, and he was banned for a year, and
Yeah.
and that was coming off an already bad injury, so it's just
Yeah.
like it's not necessarily related to that, but I
Yeah.
get it.
Made it easier. Um, Other thing that happened today here, The Athletic put out a little survey, sent out a survey to Steelers fans. So around
Kansas
1,800
can't
people and change responded to the questions that they provided there. And a couple fun ones here that I did want to kind of touch on here because it just does feel like it is such a weird mess in Pittsburgh right now.
100%.
So it was agree or disagree. Bringing back Aaron Rodgers for a second season was the right move. 38% agree or strongly agree.
60.
Disagreed or strongly disagreed, with 19% neutral there. I think that's like 30, call it 39%.
That's where I'd be. I'd be in the neutral. Personally, I don't think it matters one way or
I
another.
do think, yeah, it is. It's just everything is so average in Pittsburgh right now.
Yeah, I mean, across all sports, you look at baseball, our team is literally 500.
Mm-hmm.
You look at hockey, our team is literally middle of the pack. You look at football, football's been average the last decade.
9-8, 10-7.
So it's just like bringing Rodgers back. It wasn't going to change anything.
No,
it just wasn't.
No, because that was the other two pertaining to Rodgers. There was like, which statement best reflects your feeling about Aaron Rodgers, and the two biggest getters were the most one. 48% with I did not want the Steelers to sign him last offseason. He's met expectations. And then 33% said I wanted the Steelers to sign him last offseason. He's met expectations.
So just he's done exactly what you thought.
He's done exactly what everybody thought was possible with this team.
Which was completely fair. He made the playoffs. He
got trounced right away.
Win. Yeah. He did exactly what you thought he would. And good on that. So
it is what it is. And then, but going into that too, I don't think I said this one to you before we got on here, but which QB would you have gone with as starter in 2026? 47% said Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, who else was there?
Will Howard was second on that list with 27%, followed by Mason Rudolph with 17%. Drew Aller, 3%. Look at that. And then Malik Willis, Kirk Cousins getting a whole 2% combined, and then 4% to others.
Yeah, this fan base is delusional, so that's cool.
I was going to go the opposite route with that a little bit.
I just meant with the Will Howard thing, but yeah.
With the Will Howard thing, that's fair. I meant, it is nice having a relatively sane fan base every once in a while. That's like, 38% of Steelers fans being okay with, Rodgers coming back. That sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean,
because I think there is that kind of gives you enough that it says either no, it's not the right choice, but what else were we going to do?
Yeah, this wasn't the year to go after a quarterback. There's nobody on the trade market. The quarterback options coming into free agency were Malik Willis, who's unproven at best, Kyler Murray, who doesn't fit anything McCarthy looks for, and again,
also Kyler in Pittsburgh just doesn't make any sense.
No, it makes no sense. And then Tua, which is one hit away from dying. So
and can't play in brisk weather.
Exactly. So you're looking at lackluster quarterback free agency, a lackluster quarterback class. You're not reaching on a guy at 21, and you're not taking a guy in the second round. They played it the way they wanted to, and that's that. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. You have what is supposed to be a nice, very, very nice quarterback class next year. Take that with what you will and hope that you're in the position to land one of the guys that you think is worth it. And that's that.
Yeah. I think
But if
the bigger issue is still the hell is going on. Like just the direction of this team, just like forcing the issue the way that they have.
they
You know what I
don't
mean?
know, yeah,
Like you're desperate to try to squeeze all this out.
hmm
Like
I mean,
it's
part
not
part
it.
of the
Like
issues,
it shouldn't. Like I get McCarthy is as of right now probably the best coach on the market because he has the experience.
hmm
But what does it do for you?
yeah, in
You're
the
gonna
short
force
term,
this team to 9-8
yeah,
again?
yeah. So you got to look at it as ownership. The owner is a guy kind of set in his ways who grew up with football in the 70s and 80s and Dan Rooney. And now he expects that winning culture, that winning mentality in here. And he doesn't want to lose that because it's been that basically for the last 2 decades. Winning, I'll use loosely. But they didn't want to, that because Pittsburgh is supposed to be a football town. So they want it to be that. They want to keep that. They don't
Mm-hmm.
want to lose that identity, even if it's for a season,
Yeah,
just to
that's
try
the
to
thing is
get
like
that
you
player.
can't handle going 5-12.
No, no. Even though the fans are begging for it at times,
Mm-hmm.
just like let it happen, let a reboot happen. It's okay because again, teams aren't always going to ride the middle. You don't want your team to ride the middle because that means there's never growth
Mm-hmm.
and there's never any learning curves. You're
It was the
always good
Dolphins
enough to be
for
at the same
15
point.
years.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're just looking at the mediocre average
Mm-hmm.
in the league. It's the Maple Leafs
It's
in hockey.
NFL purgatory.
Yeah, it's the worst place to be because you're never good enough to get a Super
To be
Bowl, but you're
taken
never bad
seriously.
enough, and you're never bad enough to get the best players. So
Mm-hmm.
you're just
Or
trying to find the hidden
just a
gems to
quarterback.
vault yourself, especially.
Yeah. Like
So this season that they're going into is going to be interesting as a whole. So
I feel like it's either going to be another year of the same or people are going to realize just how good Mike Tomlin was of a head coach.
yeah, I mean
Because I
they're
think,
going to figure.
again, the ceiling is probably 9-8 again. But
Yeah.
if they are basically running this whole thing back and they go 6-11, 5-12, one, you'd be
Mm-hmm.
happy about it. But that's just, for all the Mike Tomlin skeptics, you kind of go, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That
it
makes
looks
sense.
different. Like, yeah, like
It's the same but
he was
different.
doing
Yeah.
what with this kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna find out pretty quick what this team looks like going forward. I mean, they have a first place schedule, so it's not going
yeah.
to be a walk in the park. Um.
Mm-hmm. You're
So
welcome
yeah.
for that.
Yeah, thanks. That you cost us Vega Wane, so thanks.
Yeah. You'll take your iron answer
Yeah.
and you'll like it.
You just had to make a kick. That's all you
Oh
had to do.
man. Dude, I still just in 8 years, I feel like that kick honestly might have worked out for both of us by that point. Because it got Harbaugh fired. You guys snuck into the playoffs to get a first place schedule this year and a good quarterback class in a year that you could fall apart.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see if this year plays out like that, and the Steelers draft the quarterback I want. All for it.
Yeah,
So,
could be crazy. What a
yeah,
weird.
I mean, we're what month is it?
What
July.
Yeah, we got what 4? Well, we're only what
We're
is it,
we're
4 weeks out
2 months away.
from
We're 4 weeks
preseason.
out from yeah, and we're 7 weeks out from the start of college football. So which means I'm about 6 months away from knowing exactly kind of what that QB landscape is going to
Yeah,
look like. Because going into last year, I talked highly of certain guys that didn't pan out because of the seasons they had.
happens
There's
every year to an extent.
there's a list of like 5 to 6 guys that could go in the top 50. So, and we've talked about Sorsby tonight. You got Arch Manning, Dante Moore, Drew Mestamaker. You have my mind's drawing the blank on
Not
everyone
to
else.
mention the guys that were caught some steam their freshman years and then had awful sophomore years.
Yeah. The other two names are like CJ Carr in Notre Dame. You have Julian Sain at Ohio State. You have the guy who transferred from Duke down to Miami, and I'm drawing a blank on his name.
I am
Um,
too, for sure. But
so you have a lot of individuals who could pan out into top 50 picks. However,
I was just saying the timeline in the sense of a month away from football.
yeah, man,
It's ramping up.
Darian
And I'm
Mensa.
excited. Deborah
Magic.
Messing.
What?
Deborah Messing.
Darren Mensa? Yes. So yeah, he transferred from Duke down to Miami. So you got those are like your top six-ish quarterbacks with a couple other fringe names going on. So we'll see how this season kind of pans out and who stands out the most.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Speaking of this season, a little fun thought exercise here. I had a nice little list of 5 people with the most to gain with a Super Bowl win this year.
mhm.
So start at the top. Number 1, I feel like is probably the easiest and most obvious, and it's Lamar. 2-time
Yeah, I mean,
MVP, only multi-time MVP to not win a Super Bowl. If you want to count Jim Brown in that, he won NFL championships because he retired in or before the 1966 season.
yeah,
So there's that. But yeah, 2-time MVP. He's got all the accolades. He's got the awards. All-time leading rusher for a quarterback. Tied for the record for most perfect passer rating or single game passer ratings. Perfect passer rating in a game. Whatever. Passer rating games. Can't speak. You go through all of it. Wins 72% of his games. It's all the greatness there with a great franchise. Just the playoffs have been the criticism. His kryptonite. A win. If he were able to pull off winning a Super Bowl, one, I would love him even more than I already do. But that makes a lot of that finally go away.
yeah,
Then he really establishes himself at that point. Because again, like you go through, just for the sake of it, multi-time MVPs just in general. It's not a long list. It's Peyton, it's Rodgers, it's Brady, it's Unitas, it's Favre, Jim Brown, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Kurt Warner, Mahomes, Lamar. There's 11 guys that have won multiple MVPs. Again, all of them have won the big one, whether that was NFL championship or Super Bowl. That's very rarefied air. That is an official stamp for the Hall of Fame.
2 MVPs. Yeah.
Multiple MVPs
I mean,
and a Super Bowl.
oh yeah, 100%. That's
Like,
immediate
again, he's
first ballot.
probably 98% getting in anyway, but like doing that first ballot, done. Sets it up perfectly. And especially right now, I mean, the pressure's on too. I mean, coach just got fired, whether we think it was the right thing or not. That is the Ravens telling him, we chose you, not the coach. Like,
Mhm.
we got you in the divorce, and now make us say that we made the right decision. Um, the yeah, but on the Chiefs part of it, it's kind of a moot point now
Mhm.
because they missed the playoffs last year and couldn't take advantage of it. Couldn't even make the playoffs either. Like, injuries or not, like, still had the chance to do it. Still had control of the division late in the season and let that slip away there. So there's a lot of pressure on him in general right now that a Super Bowl would really help to not have to deal with, kind of thing. Second one I had on that list, for a lot of the same reasons, Josh Allen. Same thing, even though it seems like that conversation has shifted to the point where he's kind of the accepted number 2 in the league, even though he doesn't have the same amount of hardware that Lamar does in terms of only the one MVP. I mean, pretty sure less all pros too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to double check that before I really attach myself to that. Yeah, he's a Lamar first team 3 times. Josh Allen,
I think
all
Josh Allen
pro.
is a two-time All-Pro.
2 second team.
Oh, never even made a first team.
No,
Mm,
because that was where everybody thought that
Lamar.
Lamar was still going to get the MVP a couple years ago
Yeah.
because the All Pros came out first. Lamar got first team. That was the first time they've done that. If it's been a quarterback to win the MVP, they've also been first team.
Yeah.
So there's
Interesting.
that. But regardless, but again, yeah, a lot of the same reasons. You know, same thing. Coach just got fired, chose you, spotlight's on you.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't gotten the same criticisms that Lamar has gotten in his time in the playoffs, even though, especially this past year, was a cartoon.
To say the least.
Um, and same thing too, which I would argue a little bit worse because the Bills did actually make the playoffs and couldn't get through again. Like, you were in the dance, and there's no reason that you shouldn't have been able to win the AFC, at least get to the Super Bowl. You were by far the most experienced team in on that side of the bracket,
Mm-hmm.
and really had no business winning that game against Jacksonville, and that were really bad against the Broncos. So again, I'll eat all of my words on Josh Allen if they rattle one off this year. Obviously, I've been very critical of him. Is what it is. He can make people like Dan Orlovsky really happy and people like me really pissed
Really
off,
mad. Yeah. I get that.
which I'm sure he doesn't care that much about it, but that's kind of the whole narrative surrounding Josh Allen as it stands right now. Next one, Matt Stafford. This one is a little bit more big picture on Matt Stafford. I just think that there is he's in such a unique position that, what are we, 16 seasons in on Matt Stafford?
More.
16, 17 years? He's
Yeah,
drafted
I
in
think it
09,
was
so 17
17.
technically, I think it is.
Yeah, this will be 18.
And he still has a lot that he can do to his legacy and like where he stands. Like when we did I'll just use mine for the example there. When we did the top 25, I had him at 12, just above Big Ben, right behind Steve Young. He's 6th all time in yards, 7th all time in touchdowns. Yards, right now, I think it's just over 1,000 behind Rodgers. So he could legitimately pass him this year. But if he just plays one more year, he'll pass him. And has the chance with yards too to catch Favre in that too and break into the top 5 there, or top 4. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's been great, game-winning drives and comeback wins. I think a second Super Bowl for him could really bump him up into that like top 6 discussion, right around like in with Marino and Elway into that category there.
I mean,
The thing is
that's
like, I know, and it's a little bit of a weird one because, like I said, like just to know
Marino just doesn't
exact.
have the hardware, but he was,
Marino doesn't.
and
Marino was great,
potentially
but
still is the greatest pure passer of all.
that's fine. I just think that now with the MVP, you add a second Super Bowl to that. I think you kind of look at that and go, because we all know how dysfunctional Detroit was when he was there, and because he was buried for so long there, like you kind of just go, like, I don't want to say it was forgotten, but
He was just in a bad situation for
it's
so
just
long.
such a terrible situation. But he was still great, like individually. Like they weren't losing because of him
No,
by any
they were
means.
maintaining because of him.
Yeah, but I'm saying, okay, he goes to LA, finally gets gets stability and a good head coach, and rattles off 2 Super Bowls and an MVP in 5 years. Like that says something about the guy, and
No,
doing that
100%.
past his prime, like he's what,
Yeah,
36 right now, 36, 37,
38.
something like that, and he just won his first MVP. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, like yeah, 12. What I would have him jumping,
38.
like I said, if I were to get him into that like 6 to 8 range, that's him jumping Steve Young, Fran Tarkenton, Drew Brees, Brett Favre. Not only would a second Super
I
Bowl
that
give
that's
him
fine.
the extra ring,
Yeah,
but doubles the amount of Super Bowls that Brett Favre has been to, doubles the amount of Super Bowls that Aaron Rodgers has been to. Now, again, I think Rodgers is kind of locked into 5 there, and I don't think he can move up or down really, unless somebody would argue they want Marino ahead of Rodgers. Fine, not bothering. But again, even Marino's only got the 1 MVP. Like he just doesn't have the hardware. Again, great.
yeah.
This is not
I mean,
I'm not attacking Marino by any
well,
stretch of
yeah,
the imagination here.
Marino played in the era where it was
Running.
popular to give the MVP to running backs over
Mm,
quarterbacks. So like him even winning 1 MVP at that time is insane
that's fair. I mean,
because
Montana
you look
has
at
2, and Steve Young has 2.
mm,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
I
Like,
guess
and Brett Favre has 3 of them.
Yeah. Because when did he win his?
Warner won 2 in the 90s.
So Marino won his MVP in the 80s. And then he played into
look at when Montana won his. Those were mid-late 80s. He won both his in the 80s. Steve Young won his in the early 90s. Marino was still playing at that point.
It's fair. It's just.
I mean, when did Marino retire again?
99.
99? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know.
It's again, just like, it's tough conversation.
Favre win 1 or 2 in the 90s.
3. I think he won all 3.
Did he win all 3 of them in there? But again, okay, well, that adds to my side of this, too. On Marino and Elway, but
you get what I'm saying.
No, I understand that, and I'm not like crushing them for it. That's what I'm saying. I'm not like crushing them for it, but
so Favre won his 95, 96, 97. I think Marino started the new era of quarterback in the early 80s and then got passed in a way by these new age guys like Montana, like Brett Favre.
Montana? Marino, new age?
No, new age at that time. It was a new age court because you were going from pure kind of like
Montana's older
game managers. They were drafted like right around the same. So they're both. So Montana was drafted 79. Played until 94. Oh yeah.
And
Favre was drafted.
Favre was drafted later.
82. Favre was drafted 82. But Montana had
Marino was the 83 draft.
Favre. Marino was 80. We're talking about 18 different guys now. My mind's
I know. Yeah, this is Marino's drafted in 83.
We're on too big of a tangent.
I know, but that's what we do here.
Where did this all go?
Anyway, but that's what I'm saying. This is like, okay, again, where you want to put them and where kind of thing.
Yeah,
I think again, it's not that very top tier, but I think he's right in that next tier.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because I think that top tier is those
6
top
guys.
4, really. I think it's really the top 4. Brady, Mahomes, Montana, Manning. Officially. I think Rodgers probably in that, but like a good buffer for that next little grouping.
If Rodgers had another Super Bowl win, there's some awkward conversations that would have to be had.
Again, I don't think it moves enough. Like, I think a second one, like, I'm not putting Rodgers above Manning.
That's not who I'd put him.
You're talking about Montana. I know you are. Yeah, but, I really think Rodgers is just kind of locked in there.
Currently, yes. I said if he were to have had it.
If he had one earlier, different conversation. I get that. I'm saying even now, like if somehow, some way Pittsburgh wins the Super Bowl this year.
I mean, if he wins one now, honestly, there's an even weirder conversation to be had. You're talking a 42-year-old Rodgers winning a Super Bowl. What?
That again, weird,
Manning,
but like
I guess it's like the Peyton Manning conversation.
I mean, Brady was great at 44, 43, whatever he was.
That was Brady.
No,
whole different.
Brady with the good nut.
42.
But yes, I think again like that just makes up for 12 years in Detroit where it's just like what the hell, like just being great. I guess we've talked about it before, like use your Matt Stafford was your favorite quarterback's favorite quarterback.
Yeah,
like everybody loved that guy and everybody wanted to give him credit, but like he didn't get that national love until he was able to get out of Detroit. And I think a second one in a short amount of time puts him in really good shape for like the all-time state. Like at the very least, he really breaks into the top 10 for sure.
No,
I
no, no,
think.
no,
I don't think
100%.
that's that, but
That
like
that is
I think the jump that he could potentially make with the second one is so much bigger. Because if he goes
that's
from
fair.
where he's at now to being Drew Brees adjacent, like I love Drew Brees, but it's still a gap between that next group. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I think he would kind of be in that world where it's the talent was off the charts. And then when he finally had the opportunity, the winning was great then too. Like he made the most of that. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
I don't care how stacked they make this defense. If they do have Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett, like it would still be great.
yeah,
Great for him.
100%.
So moving on, before we get on another tangent there. Next one I had on this, Kyle Shanahan. The NFL's Wonder Boy. Has been the Wonder Boy for a decade now, almost.
Yeah,
Hired in 2017. You go through his history as an OC. Matt Ryan won an MVP with him. Matt Schaub had his best years with him. RG3 was Rookie of the Year with him. Jimmy Garoppolo got him to a Super Bowl. Got Brock Purdy to a Super Bowl. Got both of those guys paid. It's been the Shanahan system. He's part of the Shanahan tree. It's,
mm-hmm.
you know, he's living up to his dad's legacy, and he gets, I mean, through the first 3-4 years he was coaching in San Francisco, talked about like a guy that's the storied head coach.
Yeah,
And yeah, you got 2 Super Bowl appearances, but you don't have anything to show for it.
yeah,
And all of the things that you've been celebrated for, you know, in your time in San Francisco have now turned into your criticisms. You know, it's the system, it's the smart run schemes that are now, well, seems like he's a little rigid.
mm-hmm.
Seems like he's, you know, lacks a little creativity. He gets a little too tied to his play sheet. Like he wants to call the game the way he wants to call it and doesn't want to stray away from it. Doesn't matter what's going on. Him winning a Super Bowl just gets rid of that very quickly. Like his reaches on receivers in the draft disappear. His overpays a quarterback disappear. The trade to get Trey Lance. People forget about that magically once you put a ring on. Like
So like that isn't his fault. That's more so like John Lynch's fault.
yeah, but like who do you
I think
think
what you're talking
is,
about is more John Lynch.
well,
Sure.
some of that, but even still, like you're signing up for it. Like
Yeah, obviously.
the,
I mean, well, the Trey Lance trade happened early in his tenure there.
he had been
Was
there
that
for, that was the 21-22 draft.
was it really? Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
he
guess
had
that
been there
was
for 4 or 5 years at that point.
God.
You know, and that was like the
So that was
Nick
Mac
Wright
Jones,
puts
yeah.
it in a very good way there, and like judging coaches
No.
where like he talked about it with Mike McDaniel. Like when you sign off on, like, you know, you get graded on a curve as a head coach if you come into a situation with a quarterback. But when you sign off on giving that guy a second contract, you no longer get the benefit of the doubt there. You no longer get graded on that curve.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't work, you are getting hit with that too.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning Shanahan, same way. Like, he wanted Jimmy Garoppolo. They traded for Jimmy Garoppolo in his first season there. He wanted to keep Jimmy
Was his
Garoppolo.
first season?
Yeah,
Holy
and then
shit.
they paid him
Yeah,
big money
I
at the
guess I
time.
forget how long he's been
Yeah.
there and when all
Like I
this
said,
happened.
it's
That's crazy.
2017 was his first season there. It's been almost a decade. I know. That also hurts. But, you know, like, yeah, he's been doing this for almost a decade. Like, yes, he has pull in that place. Like, John Lynch is the GM, but the idea that Shanahan's his hands are tied,
Yeah,
also just not true.
yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm more so looking at it as in the draft aspect. I think I would
But
take
that's my thing
less
too.
away from him than
I don't, but he also doesn't have, he's not clean
for sure. For
in
sure.
that
Yeah.
either. And obviously, when it's a
He's not
lot of
free of blame.
offensive guys, especially like the reaches on receivers and stuff, like,
Yeah.
who do you think's pounding the table for those guys?
Yeah.
Your offensive head
100%.
coach who wants playmakers.
Yeah. I'm
So
not saying he's 100% like
I just think
free and
he
clear.
could really use one because that whole,
No, I think out of everybody you've named so far, I think he's the most in need of one. Sure, the
yes, I think
quarterback.
he's the most
I wouldn't say
probably
desperate, but I would say he would benefit the most from winning.
yeah. I was thinking about that. I mean, because even like Lamar's still got the 2 MVPs.
Yeah, Josh Allen still is an MVP. He's still looked at as one of the best
Yes.
true quarterbacks in this league. Then
I was
you
gonna say,
turn
I
over
mean,
to
you have
Stafford. Stafford's already settled.
they're both, kind of talked about as the best dual threat
Yeah,
guys that have ever
in
come through the sport. Like
yeah.
they
So
completely changed the game together in that
yeah,
aspect. So
looking at what you've named so far, Shanahan is the one that is the most in need a
yeah,
Super Bowl.
yeah. No, I agree with that. I had to think about that when you said it at first there. And then again, strictly just most to gain from this. Last one I have on this list is Dak.
Yeah, I'm with you,
Like,
man.
this is not,
Mm.
I don't think it really does much in the ways of, oh, is Dak now like a fringe Hall of Famer?
No,
I don't think that happens. I don't think that they're like, even in the standing of any all-time discussions, I don't think it really changes much there. However, he is the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas
hmm
Cowboys have not are the only NFC team to not have been to an NFC championship game since 1995. The only one.
yeah, that's crazy.
It's the biggest brand. It's America's team. Those dudes are on a different playing field in general. If he wins one, ends the drought, that puts him in a completely different world.
Yeah,
Staubach and Aikman are legends. I am on the camp, talked about it too, that Aikman, I think, is the most overrated quarterback in league history. But it happens because he won 3 Super Bowls with the Cowboys in the 90s.
hmm
It is Jalen Brunson with the Knicks.
yeah, exactly. That's where I was.
Mega brand, mega history. You're, you know, it's the Garden, Jerry's World, all of that, ending a drought. I mean, Brunson much higher in the rankings of
Correct.
NBA players versus Dak among
I mean,
quarterbacks or NFL players, but like, it doesn't matter what Jalen Brunson does for the rest of his career. He was the best player, the Knicks team that won a title for the
and
first time in 53 years.
End of the drought. So
Like, you are set for life there.
yeah, I
You
mean,
are
it's like not only
immortalized in everything.
yeah, and not only did he do it in a way that brought it home, he did it by beating the demons, by beating the same team that beat them almost 30 years ago. So
Yeah.
it's like the most poetic way. I'm not saying Dallas has to do that.
No,
They
but
just
like,
need
yeah,
to
like he just,
figure
yeah,
it
him
out,
winning
man.
one, that puts him in a completely different world.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, he's
they
already
would,
set for life being a Cowboys quarterback. If
yeah.
anybody thinks that Jerry loves him now, if he wins a Super Bowl,
yeah.
Jerry might kiss him on the mouth
Yeah.
on
100%.
national TV.
That would be so. Um, yeah, before we were talking now, before we got on, we were
Mhm.
talking, there was a name that I threw out that would be interesting and would have a weird conversation, and that is Jalen Hurts. If the
Mhm.
Eagles win another Super Bowl while Hurts is their quarterback, where does that conversation go? How
I
do
have
you
no
view
idea.
Hurts? Like, he's not a
Especially if
great,
they do it in the same fashion like they did 2 years ago, where he was
correct,
largely
fine,
mediocre
the
until
majority. Hmm.
the NFC Championship game.
Correct.
Like that,
And now
yeah,
you
that
see,
becomes super weird. I would say Eli Manning.
yeah, I mean, that's where my immediate head goes. Like, okay, this is basically Eli 2.0.
Like,
A good playoff.
probably,
You have
yeah.
a good playoff quarterback, a mediocre guy in the playoffs. If he has a long-ish career, he has a chance to vie for a Hall of Fame spot.
Mhm.
Otherwise, he's just a guy who gets it done
It,
when
I was
given
gonna
that
say
opportunity.
fringe Hall of Famer that probably gets in because of where he played.
I think that benefits Eli more than Hurts, if I'm
Yes,
being honest.
but I
Yeah,
do think the Philly market and playing for the Eagles still carries enough weight. You know
for
what I
sure.
mean? Like,
For sure.
I think that's I agree with you. Bigger bump with the New York part of it,
100%.
but
In the
it's
fashion in which
not.
he did it.
Yeah, and it's not as well. I mean, Jalen has one against Patrick Mahomes and the
Mahomes.
Chiefs,
Sure, sure,
so
sure.
there's that part of it
Sure.
too.
But
But
he has to do it
I'm
again.
saying yes, yeah, right. No, I agree with that. But I'm saying like, yeah, that kind of. I don't think the gap is as big though. Like even with
No.
Eli, like if Eli did this, if he played for the Panthers and had the same exact career,
Yeah.
I don't think he's. I think he's
Looked
probably
at.
a fringe Hall of Famer that doesn't get in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like Philip Rivers playing for the Chargers.
Probably not getting in. Yeah. Based on
Yep.
all of that.
Yes, I would say I would put Rivers in over Eli, but I think it's going to be the other way around.
Yeah. I mean, it's you got to wait and see. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of
So
where I
that's
would
kind of
view Hurt. Now, I do
that's a
want to go on
funky
record
one.
before anything, where we're 2 months out from the first NFL game. I do not see a path at all. Not only with the Eagles winning a Super Bowl this year, but I don't even think they make the playoffs this year.
I agree with that. Yeah, I am going to be very anti-Eagles. Little preview to
I
prediction
think
week there.
this is the last season we see Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia on top of all of that.
But yeah.
And we are 2 months out. We're going to have many more discussions in August leading
Mm.
up to our previews, but there's some tough
Prediction week is
conversations
going to be
that will be
fun
had.
this year.
Yeah,
I
we
am
could
really
be
looking
very
forward to
similar,
it.
but we only one way to find out. Stay tuned.
Prediction week is always the most fun week of the year, but it's a fun one. And then, last one that we were kind of talking about too. Another coach that has a lot who could get a lot from a Super Bowl. Harbaugh.
Yeah,
I mean, he would be one of. Ooh, that's a good one. coaches to win a national championship and Super Bowl. There's only 3 or 4, if I'm not mistaken, right? 3. Ooh.
Shocked there's not.
Yeah. Can you name them? I knew 2 of them, and I forgot about the third. I did know all of them. I was blanking on the last one there.
Saban? Not Saban.
Nope.
I don't know why I said Saban, because Saban coached in the NFL. Cleveland was never head coach.
Wasn't he in Miami? No, he was a head coach, Miami, and it was really bad.
Oh, was it? I
think he was only there for like a year, maybe a year and a half.
Oh, Carroll?
Yep.
PP was the most recent one.
Yep. Do you want the colleges that they coached for?
Sure.
Miami and Oklahoma.
God, when was the last time Oklahoma?
He won 3 national titles. One of them. The guy from Oklahoma won 3 national titles.
Yeah, so that had to been what, like the 80s?
70s and 80s.
70s, 80s. How many Super Bowls did he win? Just one?
Just one. The guy that coached at Miami, that one's a much easier get. You should get that one.
Was that was their 2001 win?
87 win.
Oh, that was the 87.
So both of these guys ended up coaching the Cowboys in the 90s.
Okay.
That should be the giveaway.
Well, the Oklahoma guy, I immediately thought was. Oh, no. No, did he coach the Cowboys? I'm blanking on the second Cowboys guy.
Okay, well, the Miami and Cowboys guy, you should get. And I'm going to be really disappointed in you if you don't get it.
That's the name I'm blanking on.
He's been on TV for the last 20 years, too.
I'll see he coached.
Yeah, he coached in the 90s. Wanted too much power.
Okay.
So Jerry let him go.
Yeah. So I was right. Okay, so Jimmy Johnson's the guy for the Oklahoma Dallas.
That's Miami Dallas.
No, that's Miami Dallas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he coached Miami before he went to Dallas. Yeah.
Oh, he did coach. He also Oklahoma State. That's who else he head coach for. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I knew he coached college down in that region. I just don't know which one. Okay.
Yeah, I was thinking of the wrong guy, honestly, when I was doing this for the third one, because I was just like, that doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the guy that I was thinking of was very wrong. But I just had the wrong name in my head. But
yeah, I don't know the other Dallas head coach.
Barry Switzer.
Oh, okay.
It was Jimmy Johnson's replacement.
Yeah, I was.
But yes, Jim Harbaugh has a chance to be the 4th coach to do that, and then officially, the whole Harbaugh thing, especially with him, becomes way bigger. Kind of like Shanahan, like the system, the process, the way he operates, everything like that, like immediately comes back, comes back full circle too. It's kind of a weird dude to, hey, listen, man, you can do whatever you want if you're winning Super Bowls.
That's always the case.
So, all right, well, that's all I got for today.
Yeah.
Hopefully we won't have another 2-week hiatus here.
Yeah, we'll do our best. But I can't make too many promises.
It's a weird time of the year here. We had a lot going on.
Yeah. So
this weekend was crazy. 4th of July. Little man turned 1.
Yeah. Which is a
didn't open with that, but
Yeah.
So it's been a busy weekend. It's been hotter than all hell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's still hot. My new place doesn't have AC, so
Ooh, gross.
I've been roasting over here. So
Yeah, that's not fun
not fun at all.
at all. All right, well, let's get out of here.
All right, guys. We'll see you in the next one.